Hi guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about the 6 main habits of financially successful people. Now, I'm hoping that most of you will be able to take at least one thing away from this video to help you be more financially successful. But it's important to remember that financial success doesn't happen overnight. It is a journey. So you do need to have patience and you need to stick to it, stick with your goals, your resolutions, and just be patient. Now, I would like to thank XTB for sponsoring this video, but more on them later. So without further ado, here are my 6 main habits of financially successful people. Number 1 is setting clear goals. This may or may not seem like a weird one to you, but successful individuals actually very often have what we call SMART goals. And in the professional workplace, oh my God, I hated that term. But SMART goals are essentially specific measurable goals that you can measure progress against. So whether it is saving a certain amount or investing a certain amount, achieving a target income, you need to have a goal in mind that firstly you can work towards, but secondly that you can actually measure progress towards. So even if it's something as simple as investing a certain amount and writing that number down and having that goal, you can measure your progress percentage-wise, and that just works psychologically to help you stick to that goal. Because without this, it's super easy, believe me, I've been there, to just coast along and say, I'll invest next month, next payday, one day. Even if you start with much smaller goals, if you don't already write down your goals and plan your goals, do it, give it a go and just see how much it changes your financial progress and your financial journey. But do make sure that it is measurable, whatever your goal is, and track your progress regularly. Okay, so the second thing that financially successful people do is live below their means. So essentially, they prioritize saving and investing over their own excessive spending. Now, often they do this by budgeting carefully or just avoiding excessive or unnecessary spending. I don't know if you've seen those pictures, and I guess I can't call them memes, but like the things that go around basically showing how all these mega rich men, you know, either always wear the same stuff or they just go out in just like jeans and a t-shirt. They don't wear these designer showy things. And it's because that is an unnecessary expense. And I get that some things can be maybe seen as an investment, so maybe something like a designer handbag that goes up in value. But I'm talking, you know, clothes that are literally just for show. Now, I have 2 main tricks for this habit, and the first is paying yourself first. So you may have already heard about this if you follow financial accounts. But essentially all it means is putting money into your own goals before you have like your leftover money. So if you leave it until the end of the month to see what you have left to save or invest, you will never have money left to save or invest. It's just the way it works. And the second thing is waiting 24 to 48 hours before buying something that I randomly decided that I want or need. I'm so bad at impulse shopping. So when I have financial goals to achieve, I make myself wait at least 24 hours before buying something that I think I want or need, because if I still want it after that time period, then I will buy it, providing I'm not, you know, getting into debt doing it. But chances are that after 24 hours, I will realize that I don't actually need it. Now, the third habit of financially successful people is a super important one, and it is multiple income streams. I've talked about this so many times on my channel. Essentially, people who are financially successful very rarely, almost never, have just one source of income. Now, it could be a side business that you do on the side. It could be an additional job for a while to achieve your goals. Or it could be something such as rental income or dividends from your investments. Whatever it is, just not relying on one income stream will help to increase your financial stability and your wealth. Now, the fourth habit is consistently saving and investing. And the thing that I need to point out here is a lot of people who are actually quite successful at this automate the process. So this kind of ties into what I said about paying yourself first. A lot of people I know actually set up a direct debit to go into their savings or their investment plans and have it be one of the first things that comes out of their bank account before they have money left over. The reason that automation is key here is that sometimes life just gets busy. You might forget to put into your investments, or you might just put too many emotions into your investing. That's never a good thing. Or, like I said, you might just end up spending your money elsewhere and not having enough left over to invest. So if you set up automation, you will essentially spend what's left rather than the other way around. Investing is a really important tool in growing your financial success because it can provide you with that additional income stream that I talked about in the form of dividends. Or it can just provide you with a little bit of that financial stability that comes from having an investment portfolio. Just remember not to invest money that you need in the short term or that you may need in the short term, because generally you don't want to be cashing out when your investments are at a loss. Or rather, maybe the way I should say it is you don't want to be in a position to have to cash out your investments when they're at a loss because you need the money. So if you are interested in automating your investments, this is where this video's sponsor comes in, XTB, because they have a really cool feature called investment plans. So investment plans are essentially a tool where you can narrow down your investment options based on your preferences. So you will be asked about things like your risk tolerance and how long you want to invest for, etc. And then based on this, you will be shown a variety of their 350 plus ETFs that is tailored to your preferences that you can then choose from that list what to invest in. Once you have chosen which ones you would like to invest in, you will then choose your percentage allocations. So for example, you want to invest 10% in this ETF, 20% in this one, etc. And then you pretty much set your investments on autopilot and let XTB do the rest. And the other thing to point out is if all of your funds aren't allocated at any given time, so maybe if you have some money left over, then XTB currently offer up to 5.2% interest in your uninvested funds. So you can see here it's up to 5.2% because it depends which currency you are investing in. So most of you guys that watch my channel are from the UK, so you do have 5.2%, but I know some of you are from like Poland or Europe. So if you are based in those other countries, then it is 3.8%. Okay, so moving on, the fifth habit of financially successful people is regularly reviewing your finances. You would be surprised how many people don't do this, especially people who aren't very good at managing their money. But people who are financially successful do regularly do a review of their financial position, whether it's reviewing their assets, their liabilities, so their loans, things they owe money on, assessing the progress towards their goals, readjusting their strategies if needed, and generally just staying informed about what's happening in the world, changes in the markets, changes in the economic conditions. So this again ties back to that first habit, which is setting goals, because reviewing them regularly is super important. Also, reviewing your balances, your transactions, your overall position. I go through my bank statements so often, digitally of course, but if you do this, you are less likely to overlook mistakes, to not notice bad spending habits, or just more likely to buy things when you really shouldn't. Plus, seeing your goals coming to life is super motivating and it just fuels your growth even more, trust me. Okay, and last but not least, the sixth thing that I wanted to talk about that is really important and often overlooked for financial success is networking. Building and maintaining a strong network of contacts is super important. Like I said, people often overlook this, but having good relations can open up so many opportunities, whether it's for your career, whether it's for business partnerships, or whether it's for investment opportunities. Not to mention the fact that you can learn so much from financially successful people. I once heard this quote that your network is your net worth. And it just illustrates that you are essentially the sum of your network. And again, I read somewhere, and I cannot for the life of me tell you which book this was in, but it essentially said you are financially and career-wise and just life-wise the sum of like your 5 or 10 closest friends or something like that. So essentially, if you hang around sort of people who are often down, who like to pull other people down, and they don't really do anything, then that's what you become. Whereas if you surround yourself with people that can pull you up and motivate you and who are successful, they can mentor you, guide you, then you will end up more successful too. So what do you think? Do you agree with these? Would you add anything else to this list? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you once again to XTB for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.